To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before.
Yeah, true.
And it's not even close. May God bless his memory. May God watch over his family. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
You know, one of the biggest problems with this, first off, this is a sad day. You know, September 10th, a sad day for America. September, and following September 11th, another sad day for America. But this is, you know, this same thing happened to Martin Luther King Jr. You know, Martin Luther King wasn't a politician. He wasn't a political nominee or anything like that. He was an activist. You know, he was a Christian. He spoke of traditional values, and Martin Luther King just wanted equal opportunity for everyone. He wanted racial, he wanted the racial division to end. Basically, he wanted everyone to be treated the same, whether you're black, white, Asian, whatever. He was an advocate for being treated the same. Charlie was no different. He was in into his faith. He was a Christian man as well. He believed in God. He believed in Jesus. He believed in the Constitution. He loved America. For people who love America, understood his common sense. His speeches were common sense type of things, love your wife, love your children. He believed, a man and a woman, a marriage should be a man and a woman. But if you didn't believe in that, like if you were somebody who was gay and a man was married to a man or a woman, vice versa, he just didn't agree with that. He didn't agree with your lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with not agreeing with someone's lifestyle. You don't have to hate that person for what they've decided to engage in. I don't believe that Charlie hated anybody for what they engaged in, but he would have debates with you to prove you wrong. And he would say that you're wrong. In my opinion, you're wrong. If you don't agree with that, no big deal. It's not a big deal. So he would go to these colleges and he's trying to basically make a difference. He's trying to teach some of the youth how to think freely. What is wrong with thinking freely? If you don't like the man, then don't listen to him. Just don't listen to him. Turn off your TV. Turn off your Instagram. Turn off your radio. Turn off your podcast. You don't have to listen to people you don't like or you don't agree with. A lot of these people show up to these rallies just to go disagree with them, just to be angry. They want to be angry at you. They don't like you, so they show up to all your stuff. They follow you around. They go to all your rallies and they follow you around just to say, I don't like this guy or I don't like this woman. I mean, stop listening to them. You don't have to agree with everything that Trump says. You don't have to agree with everything that Charlie says or what Martin Luther King said or Kamala Harris says or Joe Biden. You don't have to believe what anybody says. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you have people out here that are celebrating it. People are celebrating this man's death, tragic death at that. And it's all over the internet. If you haven't seen the shooting, I advise you not to see it. Don't look at it because it's inhumane. The coward way that they did this, kind of like, similar to how they did JFK in that shooting. These people are deranged, they have mental issues. They hate this country. They hate the country that they live in. They hate what it stands for. They hate the rules. They hate structure. They hate faith. And they hate anybody who practices it. Whether you're a Christian or Muslim or Jewish, you practice Buddhism, it doesn't matter. If you have a faith and you have all those religions are where your moral compass comes from. Your morals usually come from religion. They're usually passed down. All those religions, whichever one you believe in, it doesn't matter which one you believe in. They're all teaching you how to be a good person. That's what they're teaching you. Do you guys, I'm pretty sure you understand that. They're just teaching you how to live a righteous life. It doesn't matter which religion you practice. They're all teaching you a similar concept to be a good person. That's it. That's the basis of living your life in a righteous way. None of those religions believe you should murder anybody. None of them. Did they kill in some of these religions? Yeah, they did. They did. according to, Bible and a lot of these books that were written, there were deaths that were happening, so, but you're not called upon to do that. That's not your work. It's just sad that people are applauding this and they're happy about this guy going away. It's weird. It's very weird. And if you saw that video, that should do something to you. It should make you you should feel something. You should feel something. We've gotten so desensitized with movies and video games, and we have access. Everybody has their phone out, so we could see everything. When you saw JFK get popped in the head while driving, while riding in the back of the car, and you see him get hit, those visuals weren't seen until later on down the line, because everybody didn't have a phone back then. Everybody didn't have a camera. You had to get the film and see that. They had to release the film because nobody else could see it, So yeah, it's a sad day. This is a sad day for America. This day, yesterday, but they have a couple leads. It looks like, with all the camera footage and video and cell phone footage that people have access to now, they're following up. And I got my homeboy said that they caught somebody, but I'm not sure about that. But they do have some videos of the suspect
getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there. Just saying. He just ran from over. Where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying. Getting right up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like they got somebody on the roof. They it's very hard to me to get away with something like this when you have so many people with footage. You have people with footage. You have it's a college campus, so they have footage. It may take a while, but they have to follow this dude's tracks and see where he was going, how he got up there. I mean, he could have been up there all night. He could have got up there last night or something, or early in the morning before anybody even got there. You know what I mean? So there's so many things that could have took place prior to the shooting for have this man prepare for it. But the problem is when you have somebody who is as big as Charlie got, just from doing these college campus things. And not only that, he was before he was, on YouTube, just having conversation, having debates online with people. Then he started doing this these college campuses to basically not necessarily, I don't think he's trying to convert people into his ideology. He's just giving his opinion. He's standing 10 toes down on what he believes in. And if you want to debate him about it, then you guys can go back and forth and agree to disagree, and that's it. Next person. Who else wants to debate? I don't understand what the problem is with that, why people take that so hard, get so butthurt over somebody not agreeing with what you agree with. It just doesn't make sense to me. You're the one that came there to discuss it, to prove him wrong, so I don't know.
Somebody's shooting over here. Hell of people running. There he is, right there. That guy. He's the guy. Somebody's shooting over here. Hell of people running. There he is, right there.
So yeah, I don't know if that's the guy. I don't know. We don't know if that's the guy because this guy has a pretty clear video. That could have been anybody, you know. So, but I'm pretty sure they've taken a look at that footage, and depending on what direction or where this guy was standing at the time where he took that video, just tragic, man. And people are, you know, it saddens me that people are so happy about this guy's death. It's weird. Whether you agreed with him or not, like, I don't agree with a lot of other politicians, and like Gavin Newsom. God forbid anything ever happens to Gavin Newsom. I don't agree with basically anything that he says, but I would never want anything to happen to him. If someone did something to him, that would be another sad day in America, because he's an American man. Whether you like him or not, you don't try to get rid of somebody just because you don't agree with them, with their politics or their policies. That's some sick shit. That is sick, man. So yeah, I just want to say, man, my thoughts and prayers definitely go out to Charlie Kirk's family, Erica Kirk, and I believe he had 2 daughters. Like, this guy was a father. This guy, he was a religious man. He was a husband. He may have had brothers and sisters. He could have been a brother. He's a son, you know. And for somebody to just take that man's life over whatever it was over, we can only assume. At this point, we can only assume that it's some type of, like what Trump said, some radical leftist. That's what we can assume. It could have been somebody that Charlie slapped back in middle school or something like that. You know, maybe he beat him up, maybe he picked on him. It could have been that, but that's not the obvious thing. The obvious thing is that this guy is a dedicated MAGA, conservative, Republican supporter. That's what he preaches. And you're at a rally or at a college where you debate these issues, and people show up to disagree with you. People who are not MAGA, people who are not Christian or Republican. So it's the only obvious thing to assume is that it's somebody from that other side who doesn't like what you're spewing every day. And that's just not right. We can't act like this, man. We can't be like this as men, as women. You know, we can't. And you don't have to understand that you don't have to pick a side. You don't have to be a Democrat or a liberal or a progressive. You don't have to be a conservative or Christian or Republican. You could just be a free thinker. Just think for yourself. What's logical? What makes sense to me? Whatever makes sense to me, that's what I'm going to believe in. If you believe that, you know, a man can have a baby and that makes sense to you, that's not logical. Because that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? We're talking about common sense things. Can women have babies? Yes, for the most part. Can men have babies? No. That's impossible. These are common sense things. These are things that, you know, Charlie would talk about. A lot of common sense things. But he would also talk about things that had to do with the First Amendment, freedom of speech. The second, you know, to bear arms. He talked about those things because those are the things that our founding fathers, that's what they put in place in our Constitution, and he believes heavily in our Constitution. And if you don't believe in that, you don't have to agree with it, but this is our society. This is what we live in. This is our Constitution, and this is what it is. So yeah, my thoughts and prayers go out to the family. If they haven't got this guy already, I hope they get this guy and justice is served. But we can't act like this, guys. We can't do this, man. This is not us. It is kind of us, but because we, like I said, JFK, Martin Luther King, they took 2 shots at Trump, tried to take him out. So it's us. This is what we do for some reason. And no matter how many years go by, it always ends up happening. That somebody tries to be, you know, a leader, you know, is very strong in their faith. And a message too for I did see Brandon Tatum. I saw him on the live stream and him saying that he's going to continue to do college debates. And Brandon, let me tell you, if I know you're not going to come across my video, but stop doing the college things, man. Just stop. It's not worth it. And you're not quitting. It's not saying that you're quitting or anything like that. I heard him say that we're going to heighten security. Security's not going to, they're not going to save you. Clearly, you see that they're not going to save you. They're not going to, they can't do nothing about these things. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So I would advise you, as you know, someone who respects you in this YouTube space, you have a lot to lose. And just, it's not worth it, man. These certain types of people, they don't care. They don't care about your life. So I hope you have friends, your wife, and the people that you work with. Just stop doing these college things, man. Stop doing these, because it just ain't worth it, man. Continue to send your message across YouTube and all that other space, but when they find out that you're showing up somewhere, it's because your location is given and they know you're going to be there and they have time to plan. He's going to be here at this school at this time. They can plan, and I don't like this guy, so I'm going to try to do whatever. Right? And it's just not worth it. Same with Myron Gaines. I see him, he goes out in the public streets and he has these debates with, you know, females and males, and he's out in the street. I would stop doing those things altogether, guys. I would. I get what you guys are trying to do, but these people, they're not listening. They're not listening. Some of them are. I would say a lot of them are. A majority of them are. But you have that small percentage of people that don't want to. They want to get rid of you. So I hope you guys do stop doing that stuff. Stop debating people. Stop showing up to these college campuses, to some of these weird people that lack common sense, and they don't want to. They want to live in their bubble. Just let them live how they want to live. And the people that want to listen and that want to learn, they'll come to you. You don't have to come to them. So that's my advice for you guys. You guys take it for what it's worth. All you guys that do all this debating and stuff like that, I would stop doing it, especially in person. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the video. Appreciate y'all watching. Thoughts and prayers to the family. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.